Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It seems incredible that the British people voted on the 23rd of June 2016 to a question asked by Parliament as to whether people wanted to stay in the EU or whether we should leave. Nationally, 17.4 million people, the majority, said we wish to leave. In Derby, 57% of people said they wish to leave. Yet 37 months later, we are still members of the EU. Not only that, Mr. Mayor, the acrimonious exchanges between hardline Remainers and determined leavers has split our country apart. I have seen some horrendous venom from both sides, it has to be said. The confrontational situation created by a lack of action, a dereliction of duty as MPs, a weakness of leadership from the former Prime Minister, and a complete disrespect of the everyday man and woman. For more than 3 years now, the news has been about Brexit, with promises that have been constantly broken, creating a malaise amongst the ordinary people of our country. Maybe a deliberate attempt to ignore the majority, to wear them out, in order to get their own way. A huge mistake, Mr. Mayor, as the recent unwanted European elections have proved. The Brexit Party, only a few weeks old, wiped the floor with the establishment. People still want Brexit, and people will change their vote to get it. I am certain, Mr. Mayor, that had the government soon after the referendum of 2016 taken decisive action, the conflict of the Remain and Leave voters would not have manifested itself. For those who may remember, although I was not old enough to vote then, in 1975, when people voted to join the EEC, the differences between in and out were swept aside through swift action. I appreciate that we were already in, but politicians even then got away with what they could. Decisive action, however, dampened any conflict that existed, and that is what our MPs have failed us on. Language such as betrayed is being used to describe our parliamentarians, and we even have the Liberal Democrats using appalling slogans such as bollocks to Brexit. Mr. Mayor, Councillor Evans and I have been receiving vast quantities of hate mail because of this subject, with the most recent referencing the Brexit Party, a party born out of the dithering of our government. A situation not caused by me, not caused by our MPs, but caused by our MPs who are entirely to blame for this. As a member of this council, Mr. Mayor, I believe we should be talking about the matters of the people that elected us, the people of Derby. For over 3 years, Mr. Mayor, we have had the insecurity of indecisiveness hanging over our heads, with the main subject of Brexit on our lips, when we should be talking about social care, education, the NHS, the conditions of our road, the welfare of our residents, recycling, and so on. That is why this motion is extremely important, Mr. Mayor, because further delay on Brexit will cripple our country. For those who may not agree with leaving, that decision has already been made. The issue now is about a belief in democracy, whether you accept democracy or whether you wish to overlook it for your own ends. This motion deliberately does not prescribe the details of leaving the EU, it merely states a true Brexit. The vote to leave the European project has already taken place, and it should be delivered. Even voters who voted to remain must understand that. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.